It's just such a lovely time of year. Hey everyone, this is Bethany. Welcome back to Joyful Habit. I wanted to share with you a few ways that I try to truly embrace this time of year before it's gone, and more specifically, how I enjoy this time of year without spending a lot of money. What a wonderful season autumn is. I love this time of year for so many reasons. The lights of freshly picked apples, the cool, crisp nights, absolutely glorious fall colors, the family gathering for Thanksgiving, and the excitement around all the holidays. I could go on, and I kind of wish the season would go on, but that would defeat the purpose of having seasons, and if it was always fall, it probably wouldn't feel as special to me. It's like that old Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but Huey, Dewey, and Louie all wish it was Christmas every single day, and then it is Christmas every single day, and then because of that, Christmas doesn't feel special anymore. And then they're like, wow, it's a good thing Christmas is once a year. The lessons we learn. So anyway, moral of the story, autumn, it comes and goes so quickly. It always feels like such a fleeting gift. So the first thing that I love to do this time of year to embrace the season without having to spend money is simply to get outside. You probably saw that one coming. Of course, this depends on where you live, but especially in the early fall before the truly cold weather sets in, I love to take advantage of those last rays of sunshine before the really bitter winter rolls through. Unplug from social media, turn off the phone, get away from the TV, and truly just become aware of your surroundings and enjoy them. So many of us often spend most of our day in one position, just staring blankly at a screen, whether that be a computer or phone or TV screen. So the more you can just unplug and get out there and smile and look around, breathe in the fresh air, move your body, whether you live in the country or the city or the suburb, just truly slow down and enjoy the peace and the stillness and the calm. Maybe that's something as simple as just opening your window and looking outside, or visiting a park that you enjoy, taking a drive with the windows down. Maybe it's just walking around your own backyard or climbing a mountain. It really depends on where you are, I guess, but just find a way to disconnect from all the technology and reconnect with the world around you. Breathing in that crisp fall air, listening to the breeze rustling the leaves. Notice how the sun brings the colors to life. Hear the crunch of the leaves beneath your feet. Feel the sun on your face and admire the wildlife. I promise you, you will feel your spirits lifted. And even finding joy in what could be considered a mundane task like raking leaves. Just find a way to truly enjoy whatever nature you have available to you. If you don't care what the neighbors think and you're willing to have a little bit of fun, take a leap in a pile of leaves. It's really, really fun, and I bet it's been a while since you've done that. The next thing that I really enjoy enjoying that makes sense. Next thing that I really enjoy enjoying is the plentifulness of the season. I think it might be sort of an old-fashioned term for autumn, but it is a harvest season for a reason. Where I live, I enjoy apple season and farmers markets full of beautiful fresh food from the garden, and jars of honey and freshly baked pies and jams. And due to our modern world and modern society, I think the significance of a harvest season may have been lost on us a little bit at this point, because many of us don't grow our own food and we don't have to wait for apple season. We can find an apple in the store any time of year, although there truly is a difference between an apple that has been frozen and shipped to your grocery store across the country versus a fresh in-season apple picked right off the tree. There's nothing like it. I think we forget what a blessing harvest season truly is. All the hard work put in through the summer to grow this food is paying off and now giving us the promise of a bountiful winter ahead filled with plenty. So I do truly enjoy the harvest, the autumn bounty, the foods that are in season this time of year. And some years that may be just appreciating a farmer's market, maybe other years it's harvesting from your own garden, or just a window box of herbs, or picking apples at a local orchard, visiting a pumpkin patch, whatever it is, there are so many ways to enjoy the harvest of the harvest season. I love visiting farmers markets and local co-ops, and even in my area, there'll be just little stands on the side of the road of people selling a lot of their fresh produce, and it's a really lovely time of year. And related to that is the third thing that I like to do this time of year to truly enjoy the season without spending a lot of money. And that is to enjoy the harvest that we just harvested. That sounded kind of weird. To enjoy the food that we just harvested. Basically, the stuff we just got, we're now gonna do something with. Am I explaining this well? Anyway, I love to enjoy the harvest by, for instance, you go apple picking and then you come home and you make apple pie or apple cider donuts, apple jam, apple butter. Pretty much just put the word apple in front of a food and there you go. This time of year, I am just always in the mood to bake delicious treats and cook yummy, cozy meals and warm, cozy drinks, soups and sauces, pasta, bread, homemade cocoa on the stove. You get the idea. This time of year just always puts me in the mood for cozy recipes. It's really fun and rewarding and delicious to make recipes and bake and whatnot with all the, fresh goodies that you found at the farmer's market, or the food that you grew yourself in your own garden, or the apples that you just spent an afternoon picking. There's just, something really satisfying and fulfilling and kind of magical about it. So if you've never had the joy of apple picking, visiting a pumpkin patch and then making a pumpkin pie out of that, or picking fresh produce from your garden or the farmer's market and then bringing it home and making a delicious meal, I would highly recommend you seek that out, because it really is, like I said, just really satisfying and wholesome and delicious. Those are just a few ways that I love to embrace this time of year that don't involve giving into the pressures of trends or spending a lot of money, although I've definitely been guilty of both. So I'm not judging. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me, and this video has inspired you to find ways to embrace the season in a more simple and profound way. So no matter where you are, I hope you find a way to truly enjoy this fleeting gift of the autumn season, and don't forget that every day truly is a gift. With that being said, my name is Bethany. This is Joyful Habits, where we daydream and add a touch of whimsy to the ordinary. I'll see you all very soon, and until then, keep smiling. Bye, friends.
Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty with the